Happy Thursday, and thanks for being here. Still to come before the end of the week. Yes, one day left. I still have indictments from the Johnson County Grand Jury to report on tomorrow's program. Coverage of the McGoffin County Fiscal Court meeting, a portion of which I will show and discuss this evening, as well as McGoffin County Board of Education coverage from tonight, a meeting ongoing at this very moment, if you're catching the early show, of course, and a host of other news and information. However, tonight we'll talk about a total of $3 million coming to McGoffin County, and we'll focus tonight on one of two awards from SOAR yesterday, and we'll talk more about water and other things pertaining to McGoffin County's future as well with our judge executive. I have Word of a Fire in Floyd County. Very popular place. I have had some wonderful entertainment. I saw our friend Sean Leslie play music there for the first time and eating some great food, and just completely destroyed by fire last night, as well as a host of other news and information before I leave you this evening. With that said, weather conditions are rebounding. Today was a significant day for the chance of forest fires with the winds and low relative humidity. The winds are going to die down tomorrow. We're going to see a lot of sunshine and 67 or around about, and your weekend still looking absolutely beautiful. An updated 7-day in just a few moments. Just a little FYI, our Special Olympics bowlers are returning to Bowl Ride in Prestonsburg this Saturday for the Special Olympics Kentucky Area 3 and 9 bowling tournament. Over 50 athletes are expected to compete. The tournament gets underway with opening ceremonies at around 8:50 that morning. Singles competition begins immediately thereafter. The Area 3 and 9 bowling tournament includes Special Olympics athletes from Breathitt, Carter, Fleming, Floyd, Johnson, McGoffin, Martin, and Mason counties. Bowling is absolutely one of the most popular sports that Special Olympics Kentucky offers throughout the year, and they on average see a solid 1,300 athletes across the state participate. You might want to drop in if you are in that part of the world on Saturday for a wonderful morning and afternoon competition. Let's go ahead and get to part one. And that will be followed by, of course, part two. But next week, we'll be sitting with representatives of the Royalton, Kentucky Trailtown organization. I think Tuesday or Wednesday of next week is what's on our calendar as of right now to talk about $2 million that will go to Phase 2, that will go to build cabins and a restaurant, other amenities there, of course, in downtown Royalton on a lot they've been developing for quite some time now. So look for that next week. Tonight, however, we'll talk with McGoffin County's judge executive about what the $1 million means to McGoffin County, and specifically in the area of the industrial park. It was a big day at SOAR yesterday. All in all, this week, the governor, as well as Representative Hal Rogers, announced a number of projects and fundings, and just to name a few of those, we will tonight before we get to our McGoffin County connection therein. But all in all, about $24.5, almost $25 million in funding for several economic development projects in eastern Kentucky have been announced this week that will create more than 200 jobs and train over 300 Kentuckians. Completed projects ultimately in Clay, Elliott, Floyd, Knox, Letcher, McGoffin, Martin, McCreary, and Wolfe counties. 11 projects expected to retain or create 200 jobs, and like I said, train some 300 residents and serve more than 100,000 people. Just to name a few of those, an agriculture apple packing and sorting facility is selected to receive about $6.5 million for the installation of an apple packing and sorting facility in an existing building in Martin County. The Elliott County Emergency Operations Center and 911 Center gets $4.5 million for an emergency services center. The Impact Outdoor Adventures RV Campground was selected to receive $900,000 to build a multi-purpose building, as well as a treetop adventure course in Clay County. Thunder Ridge property acquisition was awarded $3 million to buy 58 acres to develop the former Thunder Ridge Race Park, where Boxvana is a company. We'll talk more about them a little later on, which intends to build a 200,000 square foot facility. And of course, among those projects as well was the Royalton Trailtown Development Phase 2 that got $2 million, and the Gifford Road Industrial Park, which was selected to receive $1 million to build or construct a build-ready, site-ready, certified area for a 50,000 square foot facility to hopefully be constructed perhaps sooner than later in McGoffin County. Judge Executive Matt Wireman tells me about how that $1 million is going to be invested, what it will create, and how businesses are already and currently looking at Magoffin County to relocate to.
The Magoffin County Fiscal Court was selected to receive $1 million to construct a build-ready certified site for a 50,000 square foot facility in Magoffin County at the Gifford Road Industrial Park. Once complete, the project will employ 50 people. Judge Wireman, if you'd come on up, congratulations.
What the grant application was for was to obtain build-ready site certification through the Kentucky Department of Economic Development. And what that does is that tells potential businesses that this site has all the utilities and amenities needed for them to come and start construction if this is a location they want to come to. But basically this $1 million is going to cover site work, grading, technical testing to make sure that the site is ready to hold some type of facility, because it has to be an engineered field when you have a field like our industrial park is from the debris from the Mountain Parkway. And in addition, we will be preparing a spot that will hold at least a 50,000 square foot facility, for a spec pad, they call it. And that's well over an acre sized building, and so what this will do, it'll also have a 350 linear feet of gravity feed sewer on site. We have sewer to the site, and we have a sewer station, pump station there, but as far as places for businesses to tap into for sewer, that's non-existent now. But with this grant, we'll be able to extend 350 foot of sewer line along the perimeter or wherever it needs to go, and that way potential businesses can tie into it.
So with this completed, fiber and water and everything that it takes to make a site be a site will be in existence and in place.
Right. Yeah. We had the water just going in with the water tanks and all that, and it coming back around. So we've got industrial capacity water going to the site. We've had sewer going to the site for some time. Foothills has got the fiber connectivity there that's as good as anywhere in the world. That's one of the things we learned today in SOAR, is that Eastern Kentucky has one of the highest broadband speeds in the nation. So we've got things going on here. One of the only things that would take a little bit of work is if some industry wants to come in and they are somewhat dependent on natural gas. We would have to tie into some lines that's going, I think, parallel to the Mountain Parkway that are really big supply lines. But that would be not a problem to get the gas lines running, should that be a need. But we're not expending any money on that yet, because we don't know that any business comes in, if that would be what the route they want to go as far as using that as a resource.
Have we seen any outside interest from businesses or otherwise yet?
Well, we've had a lot of talk over the past a couple of years. During the pandemic, things slowed down on everything, but we do have a business that's really interested. We hope that things come together within the next week, and then we could see an announcement within the next couple of weeks. I can't say for sure that that's going to happen, but we've got businesses looking to relocate here because of our fiber connectivity and want to put headquarters here and those kind of things, and bringing people and jobs with them, which will open up opportunities for people here, but it also brings new folks in the community that's buying homes, buying property, paying taxes, those kind of things, which is what economic development is all about.
While I was with the judge, of course, via that video conference, I also asked him to update us on ongoing efforts, as I know they have been now, to get water to residents in Magoffin County who have never had it. Now, he tells us that they are getting closer to seeing that become a reality for many residents on the outskirts in a couple of different regions or parts of Magoffin County, if you will, who are on state roads, and how he is lobbying our legislators to continue that or see another source of funding to get water to those folks on the outskirts of the state roads and on county roads, which are as well without the service.
As far as the water funding goes, one of the things that we have been pushing for is, and it's already in the portal, it's already been engineered and designed, is to extend water lines on the remaining 2 major state routes in the county. We should look at the far southern end of the county on 1502, 542, Jake Weimer Fork in that area. And then we go down Kentucky 378 in the far middle fork area. There's a lot of homes along the state route at the far ends of those roads that the water lines never extended to. And that is in the portal. It's designed, it's ready to go. We initially last year got $330,000 allocated. We're waiting on the official announcement to get another $700,000 here in the coming days. But the project cost right now in today's market is at $2.5 million. We've been exploring other ways to find the money to fund that, and one of them is called a CDBG grant, Community Development Block Grant, and they have one that we hadn't been really aware of until early this spring, and so we've started the process to get that application going. And in fact, there should be some folks from the Big Sandy ad that will be out going house to house in those communities, because one of the requirements before you get that grant is to have a site survey of the households. And they want as close to 100% participation as they can get, but they have to knock on all the doors. So those folks will be coming out. But we had hoped last fall that as part of this cleaner water that we would get the unserved grant application awarded, but that didn't happen. I inquired as to why. Myself and Representative Blanton both were pushing, wanting to know, how come we didn't get it? We know we had the application in there, but it turns out there was $170 million worth of ask, and they only had $30 million to give out. I don't know that our population numbers met their minimum criteria to be a part of that $30 million. So we're going down another road. We're going to try this block grant. If we get that, we'll still be $500,000 short, but I think through other means that we can scrounge up the remaining $500,000, whether it be through coal severance, the remaining single line item we got, whether and hopefully that new coal company will start mining in McGoffin shortly, and will put us on a producer list. That'll give us some more money. So we're weighing all options to get it along the state routes. We know there's an unmet need on our county roads where people can't get water because they live too far away from the main water lines. They can't afford to run water lines to the water district. And I'm lobbying the legislature to put some kind of funding mechanism in place that will provide applications and funding to citizens so that they can get to the water line, to the water supply. And I'm getting a lot of positive feedback on that. So hopefully that'll pan out this spring in the general session.
And again, Heather and I will be talking with Railtown representatives next week about the $2 million and where that's going to go to promote tourism here in McGoffin County and Eastern Kentucky, of course, as a whole. Your community calendar, a few more headlines and more coming up in a minute.
In all honesty, it has taken me since I was appointed mayor after Stanley Hurd suddenly resigned 11 years ago for the city's finances and operations to recover. There was literally $13,000 in the bank when it took $100,000 a month to operate. The waterworks was almost $300,000 in debt, and the power company was actually in the process of cutting off the electricity to the plant. Since then, we have a full-time police force, and they and our fire department have the vehicles and equipment they need to protect our families. I'm very proud of the job I've done, of how our city looks, our streets, our city park and buildings. And I know that every single cent during my administration has been accounted for and invested into Sayersville. And with a sincere gratitude for your support and help, I humbly ask you to re-elect me, James Pete Shepard, as your mayor. Thank you.
I'm Bill Tinker. I've spent the past 19 years defending insurance companies in car crashes, truck crashes, and slip and falls. Are you involved in a case like that? Is the insurance company giving you the runaround about your medical bills, your benefits, or your lost wages? Contact me at McFarland Tinker Law Office. With our combined experience of over 58 years, we're here ready to work for you.
Banking from home or on the go has never been easier and will forever be an important and necessary part of life. And and Sagersville National has been and will always be at the forefront of meeting and exceeding your financial needs and giving you the safest and most worry-free online and mobile banking so you can worry about the important things, like what's for dinner. They're there when you need them at the main and branch locations of the Sagersville National Bank.
Are you tired of the same old cell phone? Want a new phone, but really don't want to pay the hundreds of dollars up front for it? Appalachian Wireless has a deal for you. Get the phone you actually want instead of settling for a cheaper phone with the Appalachian Advantage Plan. Instead of paying $600 or more for the best phone, simply pay the taxes up front and then a few bucks a month more on your monthly bill. Stop by your local Appalachian Wireless store or dealer today for more information. It's the better, simpler way to pay. And it's called the Appalachian Advantage because we are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
At Golden Law Office, our attorneys previously represented the nation's largest insurance and trucking companies, handling cases involving serious personal injury and death. We know their strategies, how they will defend the case, and what factors drive large settlements. The attorneys at Golden Law Office can use this inside knowledge to ensure your case is handled effectively and aggressively. Hiring Golden Law Office provides you with a strategic advantage. Call Golden Law Office today.
All right, it's McGoffin Farm Bureau calendar time, and it's birthday time on the calendar. A happy 60th birthday to Donna Cox. Donna, happy 60th birthday to you from a host of family and friends. Happy 60th birthday tonight to Donna Cox. Happy birthday to you. Flu shots, a reminder, time to get them, and you can at the McGoffin County Health Department Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, 8 till 3, Fridays, 8 till noon. If you have any questions, call him at 349-6212. One last reminder, Rumpke, his employees have a mandatory meeting tomorrow, so they're closing the transfer station at noon, and garbage collection will be running earlier than usual in the morning as such. And don't forget about the big Sagersville Oktoberfest, getting closer next Thursday, a week from today, for this big spooktacular. Noon to 4 and 5:30 to 8 over at the City Park across from City Hall for all the tricks and treats. The Ghost Walk is that night at 6, the Thriller Dance at 8:45, then Trick or Treat is Monday, October the 31st. But for more on the Ghost Walk...
Hey Luke, do you have any plans for October 27th?
I don't know what's going on.
There's a ghost walk around the city park that night.
Me and Jack are planning to go. Would you like to go?
Did you hear that?
Yeah, there's something about a ghost walk in town.
I heard you guys talking about a ghost walk in town.
What time does it start?
It starts at 6 p.m.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
Y'all hear that?
What's that sound? What is that? Where's it coming from? Oh my goodness. What is that in the world?
Where's that coming from?
What's she doing?
Hey,
What?
there's a lot.
What y'all talking about over here?
They were just telling us about the ghost walk on October 27th.
Oh, really? We should all go.
I'm in.
Let's go.
Let's go.
This event is sponsored by
The
City of Sayersville.
And remember, as much as we love birthdays and anniversaries on the show, birthdays, anniversaries, birth announcements are free to publish in the Independent. Just send them to Heather at SayersvilleIndependent.com anytime you have one. Going on, updated funeral service announcements brought to you nightly by the McGoffin County Funeral Home include a reminder for services that start Saturday at 1 for 73-year-old Shirley Ann Fletcher of May Branch. She passed away last Thursday, the daughter of the late Elliot and Ruby Jane Allen Fletcher. She is survived by her sister Stella Fletcher Jenkins and a host of family and friends. Services start again Saturday at 1 from the Sayersville Funeral Home. Visitation will be tomorrow after 2 o'clock. Annis M. Blair, 82, of Sayersville, passed away Saturday, survived by her daughter Pam Sexton, sons Steve and Kyle Blair, brothers Roy and Troy Reisner, 6 grandkids, 5 great-grandchildren, her children's father, Oscar Blair Jr., and a host of family. A celebration of life in her honor will be announced at a later time. Services, as I understand, are still incomplete, but to be announced for Ora Lee Fitzpatrick Smith, 82 of Royalton, who passed away yesterday. Those to be announced by the McGoffin County Funeral Home. And we've also heard of the passing of 48-year-old Jason Lee Miller of Salt Lick Road here in Sayersville, who passed away today at his home. Arrangements to be announced by the McGoffin County Funeral Home.
Hello, my fellow McGoffin Countyans. As we get closer to the November election, I would like for you to consider something. We have seen a drastic increase in meth, heroin, and fentanyl over the last 8 years. The direct result has been the loss of loved ones to overdose deaths, children being placed in foster care, and an increase in crime such as burglaries and thefts. Now we are seeing a trend to rainbow-colored fentanyl pills that resembles candies, such as Smarties, Skittles, and M&Ms. It's obvious that this is a way for drug dealers to target our children, and that's unacceptable. Folks, we've got to have a change. We have to take our county back. With nearly 34 years of experience and training, I am the only qualified candidate for sheriff. I'm William Bill Meade, Republican candidate for McGoffin County Sheriff. Thank you, and God bless.
Just as quick as one arrives, it feels like the next is already about to begin. And Conley Tire doesn't want you to start any of the driving seasons unprepared. Be safe and sound and get there with the best offers on the best tires by the best manufacturers. All with service you've grown to trust. Go to conleytire.net or stop by in Staffordsville to find out more. Or give them a call at 297-2424. There's just no denying it. Some things you crave all year long, but some of those things you crave even more when the leaves start to change and fall and there's a chill in the air. And our famous fresh-baked chicken pot pies are at the very top of that list. They're a warm, tasty, delicious snack or a meal in its own perfect little box at your Sagersville Lee's Famous Recipe.
Hello, I'm Dr. Cheryl Stalder-Cheney, podiatrist currently located in Sayersville, Kentucky. I've been servicing patients within Eastern Kentucky for the past 20 years.
Our feet are the foundation for everything we do, and whether you're suffering from fractures or injuries, need custom orthotics, diabetic foot care, sports medicine, heel pain, wound care, or anything else foot related, relief is just one step away.
Welcome to Hope Family Podiatry Center, where we take care of all of your podiatric needs.
Located on the Parkway next to Hope Pediatrics. Parkway Pharmacy, as always, promises the quickest service with the very best care and prices, and to always have someone there to talk to when you have a question. With 3 pharmacists, curbside, drive-through, and call-ahead service. Parkway Pharmacy in Sayersville, 349-4400.
Where you can always talk to a pharmacist when you need one.
The reassurance of getting your medications and over-the-counter needs at Sayersville's oldest and most trusted pharmacy. The convenience of curbside pickup and call-ahead service. And the fact that you can walk in, order to go, or sit down and get gourmet quality hot fudge brownies, nachos, shakes, coffees, hot dogs with homemade sauce, desserts, and more makes it more than your hometown Good Neighbor Pharmacy. It's a destination in downtown Sayersville, Frazier's Prater Drugstore. It doesn't get any sweeter than that. As I mentioned at the top of the program, fire completely destroyed a very popular restaurant and entertainment venue in Floyd County late last night. Fat Boys is no more, at least for the time being. This was the scene on Main Street this morning. It all started around 5 a.m. at Fat Boys Grill and Tavern, a staple in that community and a common stopping spot for a lot of folks from Eastern Kentucky and elsewhere. And it is no more, completely destroyed by fire that began still of unknown origins. We haven't had any reports as to how exactly or where exactly the fire began, but as you can see, there's nothing to be left of the structure. Technically a 5-alarm fire. The Martin Fire Department, as well as those out of Allen and Garrett and Left Beaver and Maytown that I know of officially, which responded. No injuries, I have confirmed through local officials there as a result. But again, the business and for now the livelihoods of many of its employees are lost. Main Street, of course, was closed for a number of hours this morning and up into the late morning hours until firefighters could finally get the fire under control, with no word yet on the owner's plans, if any, to try to rebuild. Next, while tomorrow we'll cover the business end, if you will, of the McGoffin County Fiscal Court meeting earlier this week, but tonight a A brief report as DAV Commander Lloyd Salyer presented a resolution before the fiscal court with the continuing efforts of the county to honor and pay tribute to our past and fallen heroes, this time to Private First Class Burl Montgomery, with, of course, a formal dedication to later follow on Puncheon Creek in the Middle Fork area.
Whereas Burl Montgomery was born April 18, 1922 in McGoffin County, Kentucky. Whereas PFC Montgomery enlisted in the United States Army in the latter part of 1942. After completing his training, he received orders and served with the 12th Armored Division, and after training, his unit was sent to Europe in support of the war effort. The unit served in Germany and France. PFC Montgomery's unit was engaged in a battle in Normandy in France. PFC Montgomery's unit landed at Liverpool, England in early part of 1944, and from Liverpool the unit arrived in Le Havre, France in November 1944. During the Battle of Le Havre, France, PFC Montgomery was killed in action during the fierce battle on November 20, 1944. Whereas PFC Montgomery, through his historic actions, was awarded the Purple Heart, his unit received 1 Medal of Honor, 6 Distinguished Service Cross Awards, 198 Silver Stars, 4 Legion of Merit Awards, 3 Distinguished Flying Cross Awards, 12 Soldier Medals, and many other commendations. Whereas PFC Burl Montgomery did not make it home to talk to the loved ones and the friends about his experiences of war. Private First Class Burl Montgomery lays in peaceful sleep with the hand of the Supreme Commander at the Reiser Cemetery in Sites, Kentucky, McGoffin County. Now, therefore, we hereby resolve that the West Puncheon Creek Road 1251, located off Route 378 in McGoffin County, from .00 to 2.424, be forever known as PFC Burl Montgomery Memorial Road.
Now, your Licking Valley RECC 7-Day, because it's that time of the show and because we want to talk about the beautiful weather this weekend. Another cold one tonight, 27 chilly degrees, mostly cloudy, but becoming clear slowly during the overnight. West-south winds have been relatively calm down to 5 or 6, and they will be calm over the course of the evening or become calm. And then tomorrow, an even nicer day than today. In the neighborhood, 67 degrees for your Friday and above freezing, certainly, just a little bit and just enough, at 35 tomorrow night. Sunny, clear, calm winds, so really nice day. And nicer still for the weekend. Not many changes here. Some fog at the onset, but otherwise 74 for your Saturday, 75 for your Sunday, low 40s both nights and following mornings. Partly cloudy is the only hiccup in the whole thing, and a little bit of fog. Otherwise, sunny and pretty much clear all the rest of your weekend. And that pattern will carry on over into at least the first day of next week. And after that, we'll see the first sign, at least in the forecast, of showers. The first sign that we've seen in a number of days. So 74, 75 expected for your Saturday, for your Sunday. Beautiful. And Monday, the same, 75, a little fog, but otherwise sunny and absolutely picture perfect across the neighborhood. We do have a little bit of an issue, a disturbance, if you will. This next scenario will take temperatures down a notch, a good notch. Low mid-70s to low 60s by Monday through Thursday, but Tuesday still holding on to the 70s, mid-40s for your high or low, some fog, some sunshine, but some slight shower chances to the tune of 30% Tuesday, 20% holding on into your Wednesday as that front rolls through and knocks us down to 62 Wednesday. Still some sunshine, but some shower chances. And a lot of sunshine and drying up and clearing up Thursday, but barely hitting the low 60s and nighttime lows again in the 30s. And that's going to wrap it up for this Thursday. As I said, I have indictments out of Johnson County, more fiscal court coverage, Board of Education video to edit tonight or tomorrow, and I'm expecting perhaps more headlines by the time I see you tomorrow at 6 o'clock again. Thank you for watching, and good night.